All right, and welcome. It is time as we dive into all of the insanity of tonight as our crew, the Rasgard, has delved deep into the area known as the Verstiglad to the south of Rexentrim and Zadash over the area that on this night we know as the Deadlands. And it is there that they have fought the reality erasing magics of Vecna, found half formed, half live, dead, remembering creatures that help them understand the magics here, talked with a forgotten god, and now, after reviving a place where the goddess of justice and nature, Melura, and Arathis had made love once, bringing romance back to the area and getting the power and their memories restored. They have now gone deep into the Whispered Library, the place where the experiments of Vecna before his ascension and banishment were made, hoping to recover artifacts and information that the Deadlands kingdom wanted desperately to expand their empire, learning that another is hot on their trail wanting these things as well. A person known as Azrael, who some of them have met before. A tiefling who has been in charge of managing the Deadlands, but seems themselves have dabbled into necromancy. And, of course, they also learned that Azrael himself seems to be what's known as the inheritor of Vecna, a piece of a magic having corrupted his hand and eye, and is here to possibly claim this inheritance for themselves. And as with all of this, that venturing deep within, they encountered the heart of the forgotten god beats black. And no sooner had they entered than the Guardians came, and without words, just in their mutated forms, which know nothing but pain and anguish, began to attack and try to rip our heroes limb from limb. And it is with that we will jump in to everything. Our heroes, some bloodied, many exhausted, spell slots and cooldowns burnt, gasping for air, hoping to survive this. Laren, what would you like to do?
Laren, frustrated that they keep running from her, will go up straight to the one that looks the most damaged.
Very nice. Flying quickly.
30 to hit.
That will hit.
So 17 points of force. Plus 10 points of radiant.
Nice.
Okay, second hit. 19 points of force.
Heck yes.
14 to hit.
Oh, actually, yeah, that hits. My bad.
Oh. 13 slashing and 1 thunder.
Okay, how do you want to kill it?
Laren pushes her scimitar right through its head, and in one swift motion, slashes at the one next to it.
Nice.
For her last attack. Just making sure, because Shiny has all sorts of things. Did we get any sort of bless or whatever?
I don't think there's a bless up or embodying bond. Or
anything. That's right.
Because they're not a cleric anymore. They wouldn't.
Oh, that's
not
true.
A cleric.
Topics. 13 to hit.
That will miss as a claw comes up and catches your blade.
Yep, that's her turn. She will stay there.
All right. Speaking of which, Shiny, what would you like to do?
Okie doke. Shiny will, first of all, hit Mars. Since he's got Mars in his hands right now, he will hit Mars with a heal spell
Nice.
at 8th level. It's my last high level slot. So Mars, you can heal 90 hit points.
Damn. All right. Didn't know it was that many. Jesus. Now it's back over 100. Yay.
Then for my bonus action, you know what? No, that's it. That is it. That's all I got.
All right, sticking there.
Yeah, they're by far the farthest away, so.
Okay.
Oh, well, actually, he will. He can't see Mars, but do you want to get down? Do you want to, like, what do you want to do?
Here's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let me just catch up something. Very good. So, with that, then our monster. So, I believe Laren's the only one over there, right? Okay. So, so within their 40 feet, who can they get to their art department?
Nylumia.
Nylumia.
Is Shiny and Mars the second
Yeah.
to be out further.
As they learned before, they pretty much can't hit or hurt Laren.
No, you can go after her. It's fine.
We learned previous in the battle, so they have been ignoring them, swarming, and I believe provoking opportunity from Laren.
Yep, that's 16 points of force and 21 points of radiant.
Nice.
Remember, Matt, they all have disadvantage on Nylumia because of foresight.
Perfect. Alright. And they begin striking out, reaching their disgusting arms forward. First one is 15.
Miss.
Second coming from above, striking for a 22.
Shield. 23 AC now. That's as high as he
Nice.
does.
All right, and the next one with the flanking is going to make these flat. Ooh, trying to stab outright, only for 14.
Cool, miss.
And then a 15, all bouncing off your magical barrier. There we go. And then Mars.
How far is my spiritual weapon from Nylumia?
20, because it started leaving Nylumia last time.
Cool. This spiritual weapon's gonna move up to hit the one next to Nylumia. Just one of them next to Nylumia. Cool. There's the second. This is 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Yay, guys! I'm hitting something this time.
It's a Christmas miracle!
Max damage, 12 points of force damage from the spiritual weapon.
Nice. Remind us what that weapon looks like?
It's just a spectral scimitar. It looks exactly like the one that Mars carries.
Which is exactly what's on that little stand there, Matt, if you open your eyes.
Very good. Anything else, Mars?
No, I think I'm good this turn. I'm just gonna dodge. Take the dodge action.
Invisible and dodging. How does that work?
I forgot I was invisible. I just kind of like
You're
go
welcome.
piggyback on Shiny.
All right. Nylumia, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw of being within 30 feet. Actually, two of them.
Two of them. Okay. First one's gonna be a 22. second one's going to be 27.
Okay, then between the two auras here that begin leeching your life, that's 22 necrotic.
Ouch, yeah. Oh, okay.
Remember when we had
I am going to smack one. So, with my staff, that's 29 to hit.
Heck yes.
So that's going to be 12 bludgeoning, and then this is going to be a true strike for an extra 20 radiant.
Oof. Burning
And then
hot, searing their skin.
Bonus action, since I still have aerial alacrity on, I can disengage for free because I have flyby attack.
Yep.
I'm going to dash 60 feet away towards Shiny and Mars and play this game again and go, why am I the one fighting them? You're a Planetar, for fuck's sake. That's the third.
Indeed. And so Shiny is in Planetar form right now. So, coming
dashing when he saved his roommate.
coming in through, I think, the door here, running. Would you please describe Warden? Getting muted there, Raz. Raz still muted. It's your turn.
I was muted for that entire thing. He is an Eladrin flying in on a spectral horse with, you can see trails of lightning around the horse. White hair, white beard, clearly looking like a winter Eladrin right now, with the symbol of the Stormlord on his shield.
What's the flight speed?
90, I believe, for Pegasus.
45, 50, 55, 60,
Uh,
70, 35, 80, 85, 90. Where do you want to go? Because you can go all the way up to here.
And then I believe the Pegasus can dash for 180, but let me double check.
Oh, you want to go straight up to the enemy? You got
Yes.
him now. All right, cool. I picked way too small of a horse, so you're just going to stand next to them.
It's okay.
I just grabbed a mini, and I didn't think about the size comparison. Oh.
And I will fly in, looking at the rest of the party, dodging away from these monsters, and say that Vasselheim sends me to help. And then I will, as a bonus action, I'll cast Spirit Shroud at a 3rd level. And then, what size are these creatures? Are they large? Medium?
They are huge.
Huge. Okay. And then I'll start swinging at the ugly tentacle monster.
He's not ugly! Don't you be mean.
Ugly in a good way. Intentionally ugly. 22.
That hits.
So 7 slashing, 4 radiant, and then there is an extra D8 and D6 of radiant for an additional 13.
Nice.
Cutting into the tentacle monsters, slashing off different ones, and causing just a stench of its blood being burned by the radiance. And I'll go for another attack.
Here we go.
15.
15 hits.
Hard to put armor on tentacles.
I don't know. Mars Slayer did it pretty well.
To be fair, you look like me. Which is pretty damn
19
good.
and then an additional 12.
Okay, very nice. So these blades in the solar light, can you give us like description? What's it look like as these are coming in?
It almost looks like the lightning of the horse is just surrounding Warden as well in the spirit shroud, just sapping them of all their energy and burning them as they go through. And then this is a new feature for the latest edition, but it's the weapon mastery. Does that take some sort of action?
So what? No, it usually just happens. So what's your mastery?
It's sap, so
Yeah.
creature has disadvantage on the next attack roll before the start of my next turn.
Absolutely. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that is me.
Very cool. And now that this new character is here, as we get to everyone's turn, please give a visual of your character so they know what they're looking at through all of this. And we will go up to Laren.
So you see this. Oh my god. Spectral, ghostly form of a woman. But she's like all covered in blood and everything, and she has this pair of wings made of infernal flames behind her back because of current otherworldly guys. And so long white hair, red eyes, as currently glowing, and just very undead, wreath-like almost visage. And as she turns to you, looks at you up and down, it's like, Vasselheim. A familiar name, but not usually a friendly one. What do I know? A humble undead learns something new every day.
Well,
And
when it comes to Vecna, Vasselheim's always concerned.
reasonably so. She will go flank with our new friends. Seems like they're helping, so.
Flanking!
There we go.
And thank you for the flanking, because I just got a nat 20. So 25 points of force. And that's 26 points of radiant.
Nice. How do you want to kill it?
So she slices this one's head off, turns to the other one. Can she still get flanking because they're still in melee?
Because he's a lot bigger than the Nylumium model. I didn't move him. But yes. There you
Cool. So 17 points of force.
Very good.
go. Because they were flanking him.
Then 14 points of slashing plus 3 points of thunder, ignoring resistance. Last one is going to be 20 points of total damage.
Okay. All right, your blades coming in, exploding, pieces flying off of this creature, the tide turning with the additional person on a winged horse. Is that it?
Make a bigger winged
Yep.
horse.
Shiny.
Shiny will he will you know what, use Radiant Burst twice on the bad guys. And they need to make a DC 20 dex save, please.
Twice.
Twice.
So a 20 and then a 7.
So oh shit. They passed one. I should have rolled those separately, I guess. Okay, let me just re-roll it then. Let me just make sure. Yeah, 20 is the DC. Alright, so 7d6. Alright, the one they fail, they will take 30 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
And
There's only
the one they
that's
pass, they will take half of 18. So actually, that turned out pretty good.
Very nice. So skin burning. Again, describe shiny as they look like now. You get the visual.
Oh, so right at the moment, shiny just looks like a sparkling gold planetar with wings and sort of just nondescript features. 'Cause he didn't really know what the planetar looked like the last time he met him. He's only ever seen the ones that Nylumia and Laren have turned into, so they're kind of it's kind of a mismatch of those ones. So yeah, that's what he looks like right now.
Very nice. Okay, so within 30 feet, I believe that is. Oh, I'm sorry. That's only on their turns. So they get this. Nylumia is still there, or did she get out of there?
Look at the goddamn board.
I am looking.
60 feet away, I moved.
That's right. So they were going to turn to Warden. And this one will attack this new person. Let's not hit for 14. And 21?
22.
Okay. So, well, yeah, because we put you in late, I don't see your AC in this particular setup. I will when we do the next combat. But their things here do not work as they scream in frustration. Mars.
He can't describe himself. He's invisible.
Yeah, I'm invisible, so we'll get to me later. But right up next to you, Warden, you see just a floating scimitar of weird spectral energy that just like 360 just rotates and like slashes into the one right next to you. And that's gonna be a natural 20.
Woo!
I'm finally doing something, guys.
Guys,
After last game.
I think last week was the week you might have died. This week you're doing good.
For now.
Oh, I shouldn't jinx it. You're right. Let me knock our wood.
So that's gonna be 9 points of force damage.
Nice.
And see, I'm already invisible, so I'm not gonna dodge or anything. I'm just there. I am going to instead activate Bulwark of Force so
Okay.
that Mars and Shiny, or is Nylumia within 30 feet of Mars and Shiny?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes.
Cool. So Mars, Shiny Tar, and Nylumia all have half cover. +2 to armor class, +2 to dex saves.
Very
That
nice.
is my turn.
Ah,
Okay, first thing I say as I see this new person in, I look to Shiny and go, "Is that a cousin of yours?" And then I see what they do and I go, "Because I hope it is. I won't mind if that's a grandchild of mine." And then you will see a fairy that is like 2 foot, 2 very purple hair, very bright golden wings that kind of have this time that shimmer between each of the little wings. She's glowing with magic. Her eyes even have this like weird golden thing that reflects different moments of time almost. And she's dressed in this nice looking robes, has this carpet next to her, and you watch her hands start glowing really silver, almost like the color of a dragon, as she goes, "Fine, I guess I'll heal myself," and gives the planetar an evil grin. You know, we have a giant healing machine right there. But fine.
What? I can only do it twice a day.
You're also a druid. I just watched you heal your boyfriend for 790 L.
Ahem! Husband.
Husband. But
You hear
so
sourcelessly.
I will
Look, they're
get
no longer
30
roommates.
HP back,
Official.
and that will be my turn.
very nice. All right, and now to Warden. You now feel the aura that's sucking away life. I need a con save, please.
Guys, we got our pally back. That means the +5 is back.
All right. You are muted. Look, but it does save, so it's going to be 7 necrotic, and it is your turn, Warden. You're still muted, my friend.
You are correct. Do I have flanking with?
Yep.
I will take some strikes at this guy. Oh, so close. 26, and then so that is 10 base damage, and I'll use a 2nd level Divine Smite.
Nice.
Which will be 10, and then it gets an extra 2d8 and d6 for an additional 16.
Very nice.
Just stabbing into it, see the electricity pulsing through the alligator-looking beast,
Oh yeah, the holy lightning ripping it apart.
arcing from scale to scale.
Yes.
21.
That hits.
Okay. For 11, and then 6, and 15.
Very nice. So at this level, is there some automatic smite damage that's coming in on it?
Yes, so it has Spirit Shroud, which does a d8. It has a d8 from being level 8 Paladin, I believe. It has a d6 from the weapon it is, and then an extra d8 for it being undead.
Perfect. Loving it. Anything else?
That is my turn, and it'll have disadvantage on its first attack.
Got it. Go up to Laren.
Keep stabbing.
And we stab.
29 to hit for 18 points of force. And let's see. It's 13 points of radiant.
Nice.
16 to hit for 15 points of force.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, not 20 for 26 points of total damage.
All right. How do you want to kill it?
Off with the head.
Oh, we did.
All right. Final strike. Arcane power. The head goes flying. As the atmosphere in here grows just a bit calm, and the only thing you hear and feel is the beating of the enormous chained and protected heart. So, with that, what would you all like to do?
Shiny flies down to the ground and drops and gently puts down Mars. Then flies over to Lumia and just says, "What? Oh, I didn't know I could still do my druid spells." And he will cast Cure Wounds on her for 10d8 plus 5. So she radiates with light. Or his hand radiates with light, and it flows from him to her, and she gets 44 hit points back.
Thank you. You have so much to learn about higher magic. It's okay, young one.
Yeah, it's
One
my
day
first
you
time
will.
using that. That's my first time using that spell. Also, what is that? And looks over at Warden.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last part of what you said.
Just say that again, Joey, please.
Ada looks over at Warden and just goes, "Who the heck is that?"
My name is Warden. I come from the Dawn City, Vasselheim, and they didn't exactly send me here, but I heard of Vecna having holdouts here, and speaking with Vexalia, she sent me to find you all.
For a god of secrets, he's certainly not very secretive about everything.
I know, it's kind of suspicious if you ask me. So if you're such besties with Lady Vexalia, then what is her middle name?
I certainly don't know.
Yeah, Shiny,
That's a
we
trick
don't know.
question. That was the right answer.
I would have been surprised if you did know.
So, Warden, you kept saying that you came here to do something, but you never said what you came here to do. Laren turns to you, and she's not sheathed her scimitars yet. Like, back to the heart, looking at you. What do you see here? What do you want?
You also
I-
feel invisibly just another like tip of a blade behind you from an unknown source.
I came here for the heart, and I assume that's why you're here as well.
And what do you
There's-
intend to... Sorry, go ahead.
That's where you're wrong. I don't know why we're here.
This heart seems to be causing more undead to rise and change in unnatural ways in this area. And any resurgence of Vecna is something I don't want to see.
So you're here to destroy it?
If we can. If we can't, render it inert.
Oh, then it seems like our goals align. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a little bit of studying experiments on it before we destroy it, but some might argue that's necessary to understand its working.
I would rather seen it destroyed, but if you want to study it, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, he sounds cool to me. And when you feel the tip of the blade remove itself from poking your back, and behind you, you see uncloaking from invisibility a about like 6'2", very obviously Fey, being pale white skin, to be a changeling, wearing amethyst scaled armor, carrying a shield, and awkwardly carrying the sword that you felt in your back, like he's not exactly sure how to carry it.
Warden regards the fey nature of you and the fairy, and he'll look at you both and ask if you were serving the Fae or you're serving anyone here on Exandria.
Better question. Are you from the Summer Court? And are you possibly a lineage of Titania? Because if you are,
We got some
I'm your
news.
grandmother. Welcome. This is the new king, and she motions to the planet Tar.
And
This
I'm
is
his
his court. Yeah.
I have very little ties in the Fae. I was raised in Vasselheim as an orphan.
Well, that explains your name. I was going to ask what kind of name. That doesn't seem like a very Eladrin name.
No,
Wait, is that your real name, Warden?
it is. It's not very creative if you're a ward, but
Oh, my name's Shiny. So, not exactly winning any creative awards for my name either.
it's fitting.
So you don't even know what your lineage? Well, I mean, you're clearly a Ladrin. You're a little moody right now. It looks like, or do you always look like this?
I can change how I look.
Okay. Actually, but wait, I mean, you seem cool, but Shiny is going to cast Detect Evil and Good. And he goes, I am in the form of a planetar right now, one of the most powerful beings in the universe. And if you lie to us, you will be struck down by powers you can't fathom. And he casts Detect Evil and Good.
You
Are you being honest with us?
do I make a save for that? What?
Oh, I have no idea. I've never cast this spell before. Hold on.
It has nothing to do with telling lies.
I know it does. I know it
Nothing
doesn't have anything to do with
whatsoever.
telling lies.
I think you're thinking of Zone of Truth, but I could be wrong.
No, I know. I know that. Shiny. It's debatable whether or not Shiny knows that. Come on. Detect. No. I just detect. I can sense the location of any aberration, celestial, element, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of me.
You know
Well,
what's
you
funny?
can confirm I am Faye.
And all of us are undead.
Yes.
Is that what you're gonna say there? Yeah.
Yep.
He looks at Warden. He goes, "Okay, well, that seems right. The rest of us seem a little off."
Off how?
Don't worry about it, new guy. Okay, so you're honest. You're being honest about being a Faye. Okay, well, that's good.
So, do any of you know what's going on with this heart?
If we stop it from beating, then whatever memories were, I guess, stolen by this place or something. I don't know. This is just what I'm getting. Whatever memories were stolen from here are returned. Like, I apparently know how to use swords and stuff, but I don't. But they say if we stop the heart from beating, then I get that back.
So then, what are we waiting for? Shiny is going to. I think he's like 100, probably more than 120 feet away from the heart. And instead of flying, he's just going to pick up his planetar sword awkwardly and start Naruto running towards the heart.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, sorry.
Before
He's
you
just going to
hit
start
it.
Naruto running towards the heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can Ilumia take a look at the locks that are like trapping it to see if like they're arcane, if there's a way to try to disarm them?
Lauren will help you with that advantage, whatever.
Yeah, I would say go ahead and make an Arcana check. And Shane, as you strike this, it seems to reflect your strike. This dark pulse.
I have sight to. Oh, I can't do it. 33.
Looking and very carefully, the locks here the runes on them seem to shift and give you the impression that they seem to exist in 3 places. You can tell one is in fact here, and with that roll, it seems as though one is in the Shadowfell and another on the plane of fire. This orientation seems to be what's given it this almost invulnerability.
So, who's up for some plane hopping?
A couple of us have that ability.
We might have to travel to the Shadowfell and the Plane of Fire.
Oh, the Shadowfell.
Because you see this rune, and she like points it out. Yeah, this is like scattered not just here, but in other. Damn you, Vecna, for being so just such a wizard. You're so smart. Like I really praise you, but like so much work now. So yeah, we'll have to like take care of those ones probably before we take care of this one. We might be able to take care of this one first, but I would try to suggest those ones.
Do you know where on those plains these logs reside?
Is there a way to figure that out, Matt?
You can tell me how you think you'd be trying to figure it out.
Well, I mean, okay, so where we are right now, is there anything like pictures or anything reference to like the Shadowfell or the Plane of Fire?
So
Is he,
yes, you
like-
begin to look around here. On the walls, and looks like inscribed all on them is actually notes as well as diagrams. And especially you and Laren can begin to decipher. Both of you give me an Arcana check, actually.
Okay.
$30.
35.
First thing you notice is that these writings seem to be over even more ancient drawings and rituals. Those rituals less of an arcane nature and more of a holy one, from what you can tell. And depicts a woman bargaining and slowly drawing blood from an immense being. Looks like pictured a god with an open heart. As she studied here. And then taking that blood and leaving. Over that are these calculations. And you spending about an hour here really looking at these writings. The scene here, how Vecna came and found a weakened version of the god that's here that was in a slumber. He writes from the previous ritual. And all these references to she really did a number on him and she took this. Can I use what's left? And begins to describe him imprisoning and further manipulating this heart and doing experiments on creatures to get there, as well as the seals that he placed. You can tell that from this, on the Olympic of Fire, there seems to be some type of vault in the city of Brass to where this one lock was placed. And the name for the one in the Shadowfell is Cavitius, where it seems to be kept.
Nylumi does mention to Laren, do you think that one, she points to the female, could have been originally Raven Queen?
I'm under that impression, yes.
Huh. Well, I think we found the locations. We might have to travel to the city of Brass. And then, what was that one, Laren?
Cavitius in the Shadowfell.
The Shadowfell. Why the Shadowfell?
If you, King of the Summer Court, can't you yourself delve into the bowels of the enemy forces, who else can?
It's not me I'm worried about. What? Why? So we can't do anything to this heart until those ones are dead? But we're here. Can't we just blow this one up and then go to the other ones? And does that mean if not, that doesn't mean all our memories are stuck and Mars doesn't know how to fight?
Well, we can't hurt the heart anyways, and we have to deal with the heart. So even if we were to deal with the one rune here, we'd still have to go to the other two. So she looks to Mars. Looks like you're gonna be stuck with that for a while.
Well, wait. They said we have to drink from the heart. Is there? Can we look at the heart? Is there any sort of like liquid running off of it, or running through it, or anything like that?
I mean, there's moisture in such things. What are you looking for? What are you trying to determine?
I mean, the tree god said you have to drink from the heart. Maybe try licking it, Mars. I don't know.
Just go bite it. See what
No
happens.
hesitation. I just like a dumb kid, like a rock, like like a salt cave. I just lick the wall
I'll
like it's a massive lollipop. No
Yeah.
hesitation.
What would you say, Warren?
I was gonna cast something, but I'll just see what happens.
Okay. So you lick the heart. Give
Yup.
me a Constitution saving throw.
Hell yeah.
Get a
25.
+6.
Oh, 31.
Allie.
Yeah.
All right, drinking this, there is a pulse of just power that you feel come through your body, almost like it's ready to rip you apart. And you, for a moment, see your own heart almost surging from your chest. Your chest bulges, and then a course of lightning surrounds and pushes it back in. And your mind clears as you remember your lessons with the scimitar.
Let's go.
Oh, he watches Mars go up there to lick it, and he goes, "Yeah, I know that was probably a dumb idea, but you know."
Oh. Incidentally, Warden, they had to fight without their proficiency in swords the last little bit because of a earlier consequence.
I just got really bad heartburn.
As that happens, there is a rumble in the ground, and a podium begins rising up of bone.
This guy's so dramatic.
And on it is a thick black metal, rectangular, with a latch, not a lock, with an inscription written in common. It reads, "This book I leave as a testament to my service to evil, and also as a guide to others who would follow my steps into the vile darkness. These contents exist to understand evil's myriad expressions, to learn from them, and to use them. And though I have embraced the darkness, I know my understanding of it is not yet complete. Therefore, I leave this book to others to add to its lore, with the goal of creating a more perfect understanding of what it means to serve evil and to wield its power."
I licked a heart and made a book. Conjured, summoned a book.
Laren is staring at this podium with the most crazed expression you've seen on her face.
Shiny lifts up his giant planetar sword. Hi. No one's gonna stop him. I feel like this is
So it looks like Shiny's going to try to destroy this.
yeah.
That is
No.
what Shidreo is saying.
No.
So if
Make a con save.
What is my planetar con? My con save is a +12.
You fail. Screw this. You're not hitting it.
That's
fail.
30.
Yeah, no, you fail.
Oh,
I take a
using
level
their
of
time
exhaustion.
magic. Yep.
Yeah. Nalumi literally like sees you about to strike this and goes, "No!" And you see yourself trapped in moment of time where you cannot act for a round.
okay.
And
Right.
she looks to Laren, "Grab the book before he hits it. He likes
Laren-
taking things from us."
Laren disappears in a poof of mist, appears next to the book, and puts her hand on it, trying to take it before Shiny destroys it.
Yeah. So this is like the metal box here, but and I mean, easy enough. You open up, and then there inside you see a beautifully bound book, gold and red, covering it, and you pick it up.
I think we should go read a book, Nylumia.
Yes. Let's go.
Mars is gonna
Well-
step up next to Warden and just hold his hand out. "Hey, by the way, I'm Mars. We're the Rosgard. I don't remember if any of us introduced ourselves."
Nice to meet you. You're the
The
planetar?
changeling. I'm the changeling.
Changeling. Okay. I don't know if they should be reading that book, but I'm
I-
always intrigued to see what happens.
Wizards are gonna wizard. I'm more scared of the ghost than the fairy because I'm matrimonially related to the fairy family type. It's weird. I'm just very scared of the ghost. I hate getting that. But I know I can't really do much because the ghost can possess me and just keep me from reading the book.
The ghost is Laren?
Yes,
The ghost
it
is Laren.
Okay. And you trust her?
For the most part. I trust her to have my back. That kind
6
of
seconds pass, I guess, and Chinese free.
Yeah, after an action, it's one round, so
But do you trust her intentions?
sometimes.
We trust
I
her
don't
to
know,
be
she-
Laren.
Yeah, like I trust her instincts. I trust her with the sword. I trust her for the most part. It's just, you know, ideologically, we're not on the same page, and that's totally cool if we can just like keep doing work together, like, and keep the world from exploding. But that book, I feel like, will make the world explode.
Well, we'll just have to see what comes of it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna intervene by myself.
I'll stay at a cautious distance, but be there in case anything does blow up.
Yeah. Let's do that. And Shiny will follow Mars over. And he'll just mumble under his breath. I can't believe they're just going to take a book and like just keep it away from everybody else. That's so rude.
And Shiny, you're a Solar, right?
Plantar.
Plantar. Okay. never mind.
For at least another 45 minutes or something, I guess.
Okay. As you have this, you look in the entryway here. And coming in, you see a dark, red-skinned tiefling. Their left eye corroded and glowing green. Pink energy over one of their hands. Next to them is a black-armored, pale-faced man. Dark hair, eyes glowing a dim red. And behind both of them walks what appears to be part skeleton and part almost zombie, but their eyes are blue, icy and cold, glowing bright. The ground around them freezes as they walk, and even their bones seem to want to crack as if something awful is being held within its form.
Friends of yours?
Formerly, I know the one in the middle. Not this version, though. Didn't look like this
Shiny.
when we last met.
Shiny will step in front of Mars and pulling his giant Planetar sword. He's not used to having giant swords like this, and he's just used to putting it up. And he goes, "Halt, mortal! This place has been claimed by the divine realms. Go no further, for this place will be shook asunder."
Oh. If it isn't the self-proclaimed king of the Fae up to a trick. You may act mighty now, but I saw you screaming in the sewers below Rexentrum. Mars. Well, very proud of your accomplishments indeed. You've done well. Illumia. You were wise to get away when you chose before. After your betrayal. Now, I believe she points to Laren, has my inheritance.
If you're not powerful enough to claim it, then it's nobody's inheritance, my dear.
I think my friends and I can do that if we want to end this. Otherwise, you could just leave this place and not return. Doesn't have to go down this way. We both know you all are weak today. I
And
don't know
our-
if you can fight me.
In our heads, everybody hears, I hate being a dick and doing this to him twice, but would be funny. How close are we all together?
We were
'Cause
all
my-
around the same place, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys were almost fighting over a book, so you're pretty freaking close.
She can have everybody grab hands.
You hear back in your head, Chinese not moved, and he's pointing to store. He's like, "This is one of the people responsible for the Fae in Rexentrum. We should end him."
We will, not on his time, on ours. Grab hands.
There's a hesitation from Shiny, but he will.
Warden, you do hear this because this is from Nilumia's staff. He's contacting everybody, so it's with.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could grab everybody's hand if you want.
Yeah, I'll grab everyone's hands.
She waits for Mars and Laren,
Learn
Mars
those.
grabs.
and then she says, "I'm sorry. You know me. This isn't the right time for us." Plane shift.
Okay, of course. He yells, "No!" and throws a counter spell.
Oh, counter that counter spell.
Okay, what's your spell save DC?
22.
Okay.
Can Shiny also simultaneously try to do a holy burst on them too?
Is that a reaction?
No, fair enough. No.
Okay. He does not make his con save against a 22. So puts up pink energy, goes flying, trying to grab you, keep you here. What does your counter energy look like, Laren?
Laren's looks black with hints of infernal red, and she smiles at them. Some sort of inheritor you are.
A hit as it goes, and what are you doing there, Nylumia?
I guess we're going to the flyer plane. Why not?
All right.
Because that would have been the one she was studying while Laren was studying the Shadowfell, so that was been the one she would have figured out the markings for.
Okay. Now, do you have something that made your attunement work?
Well, that's what I was hoping when we were doing the whole thing in the room, is if we found something. Or was it just the markings?
This was telling you where it was.
Okay.
Oh, but knowing that, Nalumian, you could have used the cubic gate if you wished, because we do
Sure.
have one to the elemental plane fire. I wasn't
that
saying it
works
because I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Which is totally cool. That was okay. So let's so that makes the gate of it, right? That's what cubic gate, because that's a little different here.
It can also do plane shift. It's a choice.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you hit the elemental plane of fire. On the cubic gate, you have it glows, and does try to still counter. All that happens, and fire surrounds all of you as intense heat overcomes your being. With that, everyone give me a con save against fire.
Is this magical fire?
No, this is fire. I mean, it's magical, but it's not like a magical effect.
Okay.
27.
If the paladin bonus is there, 34. If not, 28.
Oh, yeah. 33.
Ooh, 16.
22.
Oh, sorry, 19. I was doing math wrong.
Natural 1.
Okay. So now 1 and so I'm sorry, what 11, what did you get?
19.
19. Okay, so in that case. Oh, how fun. All right. Lucky. This will be 1 level of exhaustion. So let me show you dealing. Shiny, you're failing by 5. So, oh, man. 2 levels of exhaustion. And what did Warden get?
22.
Okay, is that with everyone's +5, by the way?
Yeah, but I can use my inspiration to reroll this, right? Is that the
You can,
new
yeah.
roll? Okay.
Because you've got Warden by you all.
Natural 1 is just a natural 1, right?
Yeah.
I guess- That makes it 24.
Okay. So the 24 will succeed. And then Warden, you succeed. Shiny, what would your total have been? Just to double check.
It would have been 17.
17 is still is the 5. And then Nilumia
31.
and Mars.
34.
Okay. So after having an initial wave of heat, you see Shiny sweat, cough, foul vapors assail your lungs as you look out upon a blasted land. A fire, volcanoes, and ash.
You know, when Azrael really finds me, he's gonna kill me. I feel so bad for him. That's been twice now that I would have been like, hey, you almost got me.
But wasn't that fun?
Yes.
No, it wasn't. We should have.
Yeah.
We should have done something then and there. We could have stopped him from doing more things while we're here.
We are stopping him because he can't do anything with the heart.
He can
We
do
have
what
to
he's
stop
already
it.
been doing.
But we have to stop it and stop what you're planning to do. If we would have died there, he would have gained the book. We would have not completed our mission. I know, Shinrel, sometimes revenge clouds your judgment because of everything, but we're the ones facing this thing right now. If we fail, who else is to do it?
It's not revenge, Nalumia.
You sure when he's mentioned he's seeing you in the sewers? Your eyes turn really red.
Regardless of what it was or wasn't, we're not in fighting shape right now.
If it's any solace to you, Shiny, I suggest that after we potentially take care of whatever lock is here, we should head back and take care of this Azrael first before we go unlock the last lock. Otherwise, we're just doing his work for him.
If he actually wants to unlock the heart himself, then, or control the heart himself, and we undo the locks that are just out of his reach, both locks that are just out of his reach, yeah, we're just doing what he wants us to do.
But we can't not do anything, otherwise he can just send his minions or himself over to different planes unlocking those.
What's up with that big ass thing behind them? Look super undead and it was just frosting everything. Is that the dragon?
Now that's my dream dragon. But
Well, guess we can just. He kind of looks over at Laren and Nylumia with sort of a very stoic expression on his face. Well, I guess we can just chalk up the number of Fae he kills between now and then as collateral damage or something, right? And he storms off.
does turning into a Planetar make someone more grumpy?
Every Planetar I've met.
That's the expert. I guess it can't be helped. Oh well. Should we find somewhere to settle down and we have a book to read?
Do you have a plan to take care of this person? Do you know where to find them once we leave the fire plane?
Not yet. I'm working on one, but not yet.
We have ways once we get back to the prime material. Tracking a person isn't necessarily too difficult. Or we could just invite him here once we're ready. We can do that.
Well, if this person's as strong as you say they are, I'd rather have some sort of element of surprise.
He's also a very smart, powerful archmage, so if he begins to read everything on the walls that you two read, he'll be here soon. Or maybe he'll go to the Shadowfell. We don't know.
I suppose people in the Shadowfell will welcome him with open arms.
I'd say we need to do this quick then. Get back before he does.
Incidentally, if you don't have fire resistance, every round you are here, you take 5 fire damage.
Well, it's getting hot. I think we need to move.
So just I know Shiny, you're stepping off, and I'm going to do this, and y'all can get back. But you're here, and as you go on, the air itself slams into your lungs, heat like a forge bellows, oppressive, relentless, like a living force pressing against your skin. The sky above burns, not with light, but with rolling waves of flame, shifting in endless searing cascades that consume all sight beyond your immediate horizon. Beneath your feet, the ground is not earth, but plates of smoldering fire, compressed, shifting, like cracked embers, flickering as they break apart as you walk. A cycle of destruction and renewal. Each step you take leaves a brief imprint of blackened ash before it vanishes, swallowed by this ever-burning land. The scent is nearly overwhelming, burning flesh, scorched metal, and the ghostly remains of countless dreams turn to cinders. Even the air tastes of smoke and sorrow, thick with embers of fires that refuse to die. And in the distance, mountains of molten rock ooze and shift, their peaks crowned in rolling rivers of lava, feeding into vast undulating seas of liquid flame. These oceans of fire churn with blazing tides, each wave crashing in explosive bursts of fire that should not be possible. You realize here this is not just fire. This is the source of fire, the beginning, the endless hunger of flames incarnate. So dealing with this heat, what is your plans?
I have a question. Did we happen to get a short rest in the hour that we're inspecting everything back in the
I will allow you to have processed that as a short rest, yes.
And Laren will give 2 potions of fire resistance to everybody because she got those in the hells and we never used it.
So everyone has a potion of fire resistance.
Everyone has 2.
2 potions. How long does it last?
An hour for each, I think.
Very cool. All right. So coming here, we're going to call it, everyone initially will suffer 7 fire before they're able to drink the potions. And how would you like to proceed?
Well, we have to find the city of brass.
Didn't the brick take us near enough?
Is there a city around us?
Looking around, you can see in the distance, there does seem, you can see the outline of a city.
Naomi pulls out her magic carpet, gets on it, and goes that way. Offers Mars and Shiny to hop on. And that's
Shiny does.
Win away, he can hop on. Laren, I know you can fly.
He will cast Greater Resto on himself to get rid of 1 level of exhaustion, and then hop onto the.
I will just use my Pegasus, I guess.
Okay. So, the air here is thin, but still usable. So, for this, any creature flying is going to find that you're going to move at half your fly speed. Mostly just because it does not work and move like that of the material plane. But with that, you are able to begin to move forward. Anything as you all are doing that?
I mean, if Nelumia could, she'd be with Lyran looking at the book.
We're on the carpet reading the evil book.
Yeah, we'll go 15 feet and whatever. That's the reason I brought up the carpet.
All right. You don't necessarily have an hour here, but you are studying the Book of Vile Darkness that you have before you. And you begin getting closer as the shape, let's say before you begins to materialize. You see what looks like a brass hemisphere, miles and miles across, floating above what appears to be cracked obsidian. You can see stairs of burning basalt and rivers of flame steaming up from the surface and hitting the gates of this metal city. And you see many lined up and being splashed by these flames as is splashed by water, going in and out of the gates, walking upon these fiery stairs. You proceed further. You start to come towards the gates. What would you like to do?
Shiny has not said anything this entire time.
Nelumia finally looks up from the book and go, "Oh God, we're here. When did this happen? Why does nobody say anything?"
We were just watching you, enthralled in your book. Does anyone know the customs of the city of Brass? I keep wanting to say Dis, but this is Brass.
I'm definitely going to cast tongues on myself.
Well, let's go see what they require for admission into the city, I suppose.
Okay. Coming near the cities here. Approaching, you see the tides and waves of lava and fire. I do need dex saves to get beyond them.
"17.
25.
Remember the pally.
Oh. 23.
34.
23.
Okay. And Shiny, you give me
So-
yours?
Yeah, so I rolled an 18 on the die. Shiny's, we said Dex,
Yes.
Yep.
so 23 plus 5, then minus, so it's 29 minus 4, 24.
Nice. As a save for everyone, this will be 14 fire damage.
I'll bring up my shield and use my reaction to take it on.
Nice. It's that rolls off. Here at the gates, you see towering now creatures, their skin tanned and bronzed, flesh. Large scimitars inspecting and seeing. Some creatures made of fire, others maybe recognize as imps, pale winged women that you know of as Aaron Yees seek entry in this long line of creatures wishing to come in.
Mars is gonna shape change into just a tiefling, just a redskin tiefling.
I guess I don't have time for me to trance and go into Summer Eladrin.
Nice. That's fair enough.
I don't know if we had any time to do that, but if I can, I'll transform into Summer Eladrin.
How much time would you need for that?
I mean, it's technically 4 hours. It's like
Okay. So yeah, it wasn't that much time traveling
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
unfortunately. Okay. So I wasn't sure. And- Alright. Any other preparations?
Then we'll do disguise self to look like, I guess, yeah, tiefling redskin to fit in.
All right. And approaching after waiting your line, one looks down upon you. Eyes glowing in fire, flames moving about their crowned head. They just look and goes, and examine you closely. What is it? Where do you come from? And what is your business in the city of Brass?
Exandria, and we are trying to find information.
I see. Of what nature is this information?
I mean, technically it's a secret.
There's undead and what appear to be some sort of frost monsters that are walking in Exandria, and
There's something hidden here that we need to break a lock back where we're from so that we can just fix a major issue.
and information on how to defeat them is here that we need.
A nod. Very good. And make your way. Be careful. And that seems to satisfy them. As now you come in with towering walls of polished browns. You see The buildings here are engraved with what looks like ashen script as well as infernal. Through the streets, molten rivers flow like veins. And there's no darkness, just this odd fire, red to everything. In the distance, cries of the enslaved mix with bellowing laughter of Afriti nobility, echoing down from the palaces wrought from brass and flame. You can see markets in which it looks like souls and secrets are bartered. This place, very different from where you have come. What would you like to do?
I feel so much at home here.
Incidentally, here you notice a black mark on the face of the specifically the right cheek of both Larian and Shiny.
Seems like that book of yours is a little more than you could bargain for.
That's less about the book. Well, that's What do you
Or it's
say,
just-
Shiny?
Morris just like licks his thumb and tries to rub the mark off of Shiny's face.
It stays and does not blur.
Devil shit.
Oh, people.
What'd you say, Shiny?
Shiny said, "Hey, what's on my face?" He can't see himself.
Does the
Devil
mark
shit.
resemble anything?
Yeah, looking closely at the mark here, you see what essentially appears to be black horns. And they're arranged in a somewhat triangular shape.
Well, have you gained any information from your book? Does it say where this lock is?
Did Vecna happen to write it in the book of Wild?
No, it wasn't this. In this, no, there isn't anything along those lines.
But we know it's in a vault, so I don't. Is there a bank here somewhere?
I don't go to look for it should you desire. How do you want to go about trying to find that?
Who around us looks like they are in the highest position besides the guards? Like, do we see anybody that looks like in a prestige position walking by us? Or like, you said there's people selling things.
Yeah, it's like a marketplace basically.
Well, why don't we go buy the information we need?
Runa will
We're growing
head
horn.
to-
That's what the black mark is.
What? You said the mark? The mark is, yeah, basically what looks like almost like a thin crown, triangles, and on either side are two horns, almost goat-like, or ram.
Oh, I see. Like a mark. Like I see. Like a brand. Okay.
Like the mark of Asmodeus.
But Warden, you were saying?
I was gonna go see if I could find like a merchant, and I'd go up to and ask him if he knows where any banks for souls are. I'm looking to trade.
So coming up, you see this gentleman that's been dealing, and you'll probably be able to help you out with, because I'm not sure of everything your character knows with their backstories and everything, but they're dealing with these black coins that seem to have almost, as they clink against each other, you can hear tortured screams. As many of you would recognize, that's soul coins from your previous things, contain evil souls, and one particular seems to be dealing on a lot of them. This man resembles it. He's red-skinned, horns that come out and curl about 7 times before ending. Their eyes more serpentine, with very sharp teeth and purple claws. And they're wearing what actually seems to be finery of silks and fabrics. As they turn to you as you come up, as you say, you're looking like, oh, well, hello, you're goes well met. You're here for soul exchange, yes? Is this what you're saying?
Yes, my employer has a reserve of souls in a bank here, and he'd like us to retrieve it, but we don't know exactly where this bank is.
Oh, sent on a mission. Who you employed by? It sounds interesting.
It's probably best not to ask those questions.
Give me a deception check, please.
This is where. Okay. 23.
Fair enough, I suppose. But no information is free. I'll be glad to let you. Let's say 1 soul.
Mars, do you have any of the soul coins? No, you would have lost them when you're in hell. Damn it.
Warden will turn around and look at the rest of his party and say, "You heard him. Any of you have carrying extra souls?"
Laren tilts her face towards the merchant. No can do.
Well, nothing is free.
What's the price of a soul in your eyes? In gold.
Gold. Oof. Really? Wow. I wouldn't want to hinder people on such an important mission, so we'll call it 50,000 gold.
Hey guys, I think we should just look for the bank ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting as well.
No, you might fear if you have a magic item to give that might suffice here.
I did not choose all of mine, but I'm not gonna.
Not so much forwarded. Some of these guys have a few more thrush stat
Oh.
piles.
There is something. Can Laren cast Encode Thoughts, the cantrip, and pull out a string of memory from her mind of the manual of flesh golems?
Oh, okay. Indeed. And this puts it on paper, right?
I am not sure about Encode Thoughts. It just says. One second, let me actually read the spell because I know I have it, but somewhere. It persists. This strand persists for 8 hours. It can be carried like a ribbon and everything. It doesn't say I can put it on paper though.
Okay, so just give us strand of memory. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can do that. What do you do?
Would this suffice as payment? Knowledge gotten from a rather, well, remote place.
You really look over it. Suppose this will work. Well, Giffrid gladly accepts the offer. Takes the ribbon and begins to manipulate it a bit. And you can see eventually he seems to bottle it in this very ornate red and black glass. Stoppers it. That should keep for a while. Yes. Well. And points to a building about 200 feet away. The big red one with the large coins on it.
Fun.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And incidentally, as you look, you turn and you see, as he names this, it looks like the coins themselves begin to reveal the various scripts of Ignan and Infernal making this image. So you have to know a place to find a place.
That's not how the city works.
Well, for those who don't speak the languages.
So apparently not everything is free. Thanks for the info. And I'll leave. Or admit, some things are free.
Right.
Okay, so before we head into this bank, do you think we're going to be given access to Vecna's vault? Just want to point out, none of us are the whispered one. If this is a bank, they probably require credentials. So, or do we have to perform a heist?
I am not a plans man. I found the vault.
How about we claim we are his inheritors? We have his inheritance.
You do have his book. That's more than nothing, I guess.
Okay, Laren. We will try.
If that fails, oh well. Too bad. But it's going to be fun.
Should we try to find somewhere to rest for the night? Because, we did just, go through a lot. And then go check out this bank tomorrow in case things do go wrong.
That's probably a good idea. I can make us a mention somewhere more, well, less
An
popular.
alleyway, I guess.
You're going to use mansion?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to find a place for that.
Laren will cast mention.
All right. Then, Laren, why don't you describe your mansion for us?
Yeah, so as you walk in this wooden door, it's a huge library filled with different books and everything, notes and journals thrown about everywhere. It's really messy. And there are small rooms on the side for everybody to rest in, but you notice that this time when Laren casts a mention, different from before, the ceiling of the mansion seems to have a huge crack on it. Like, it's not tangible, but it looks like it's a huge black crack where there used to be the roof and everything. Yeah. So you can all find your room in the little mansion. It will be catered to how you like it. There are invisible servants running around bringing about food and stuff.
Hey, Laren.
Hmm?
What's the new crack?
I think I cut out a piece of me back in this Whisper study, but I don't remember exactly what I cut away. It didn't harm any of the bugs, so I suppose not my arcane knowledge, but I don't know what's wrong.
Oh,
It's rude to ask a girl about her crack.
As much as I don't like Vasselheim, I like you, Warden.
I don't always fit in Vasselheim. I tend to not do things their way.
By the way, since we've been here, the shape change. Since we've been here, the shape change has worn off, and Shiny reverts back to his Summer Eladrin, Summer Eladrin form. He's got like he's the guy in the picture on the right in my profile picture. He's got like curly, auburnish brown red hair, copper toned skin, and green eyes. He's got tattoos that go from his lips down the side of his neck around his arms of green vinery, and where his blood vessels would be, where his veins and stuff would be, beneath the skin, you see just like slight hints of fire.
And Warden will go ahead and begin to trance, and he will transform into his Summer Eladrin form. I don't know if I can change my avatar on here.
It's possible to go to the. Oh! So I see it. Oh, there we go.
I went to go make an account and it just kicked me out.
It's all good. There's a
Cool.
way.
Yeah.
if you click your picture in the corner, there's the 3 dots.
Yeah.
And you see the edit audio avatar.
Yep.
You can then click and then upload an avatar, and you just click on that one. And it should click over to it.
It is asking me to log in to make another one, so I will just upload a picture of it onto Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, it's if you make I think a free account, that would be
but
not right now.
That won't take much time.
Exactly. It's all good. Very cool.
He just gets leaner. His eyes turn like the bronze of the city, and just flames looking at the edges of his hair.
Very nice. Then with that, we're going to go ahead. And so each game we always take about a 15-minute break. We're going to go ahead and take that now, and then we will come back. Okay. Set Mars head bow out. Just for us. All right. So you are successful in getting your long rest here.
Before we long rest, Nailumi wanted to take the book for a little bit, and while she starts looking at it and kind of debating on reading it, she pulls out a silver mirror, and she casts ritually contact alter self. I'm hoping to contact a version of myself that did read this book and is actually reading it right now.
Okay. Remember, is there a ability check on that, or does it just go forward?
Nope, it just goes for it. I just have a conversation for 10 minutes.
Nice. All right. So this is one that has read the book.
So yes, Nailumi sees in the mirror the person herself sitting across from the book. And she goes, "Hey, you."
Indeed. As they respond. Hello.
So I don't know if you're busy or not, but I wanted to talk to you about this book I found, book about darkness. I'm really debating on reading it, and I wanted to get your take.
Oh, indeed. It's quite good. Indeed. I like it, Masuga. I really, it's really good. And you can tell as she's looking at you, she doesn't quite, you feel like she can't quite hear you. Like she's reading your lips.
Interesting. She starts slowing down her words so she could read them better. Well, it seems like you enjoyed the book. That's good. How'd the Queen feel about that in your world? Are you in Exandria? Are you in the Feywild? What's going on with you?
Oh, we don't need the silly queen anymore. There's so much other things to get into.
You have a great night. She puts down the mirror. She gets up, closes the book, knocks on Laren's door.
Laren opens the door. Yeah.
Hey, you.
Mm,
Here. She just like pushes the book into your arms.
That's. What did you do with it?
I thought about reading it. Contacted a different version of myself. Yeah, probably best you have it.
That's generous. What happened
Yeah.
with the other you?
I mean, I like the Queen a lot, and I feel like assassinating her and taking her place is not a good idea for me. So, here you go.
You're giving up a book by Vecna himself because of a queen you're loyal to.
Well, I mean, I have big plans, Laren. I have big plans, and this halts my big plans. That's gonna get in my way, yeah. But you, I could see going pretty well with this book.
And thank you. I shall see how it plays into plans of mine.
Just don't remember we're best friends, right?
Yes, of course, we're best friends.
Perfect. Well, have fun reading.
Laren is already with her nose in the book.
Very fun. Well, this is up to you if you want to become attuned to it.
Yes.
Very nice. So, with that, you do count as undead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you have no chance of becoming a larva. So, that's good.
Oh, well.
Okay. So, as you allow this to happen, do need one more little die roll. Oh, not today. So, the book kind of reacts out, and you open it up, and the text right now is essentially unreadable. And then a new text begins to form in Elvish language of your youth. It simply says the inheritor has lost their inheritance. If you wish what was supposed to be his, feed me their heart. And until you do this, you are technically attuned, but you cannot access any of the properties of the book.
One more mage to kill.
Alright. For transparency's sake, I did roll on the table. And that is what the table came up with.
Nice.
Which I like to do for artifacts.
Nylumia then goes and finds Shiny's door and knocks on it.
He opens the door. Mars is still
Hey.
in bed sleeping.
Is it okay if I come in for a minute?
Yeah, but keep it quiet because Mars is still sleeping.
Okay. She comes and sits down in the bed. So, I'm sorry that we had to run away and couldn't face Azrael right then and there.
You don't really have to be able to apologize, Nylumia. It was probably the right call. I wanted to smash his face.
I know, I did too, trust me. I mean, he's technically betraying the team that he helped start, so I don't really see how that's possible in his eyes to hurt people like that. But I did want to let you know, I thought about reading that book, and I decided not to, and I gave it to Laren.
What made you decide not to?
Well, I mean, I did have a conversation with myself, but that was a different person. Part of it is also you. I mean, I'm your grandmother. I don't want you to look, differently at me. Like, I'm trying to show you the right way of doing things, and I think that's cheating by taking that way. For people like you and me, I think we have to kind of struggle through things.
You think the book would have changed you?
Oh, it definitely would have. I think I would have tried to assassinate the queen and take over Roshana and made myself the new Bright Queen. Probably called myself the Time Queen.
That sounds both terrifying and kind of on brand.
Right? Yeah, and she just I was also deaf. I could not hear anymore. And that really would suck. I didn't tell
Why-
Laren that part, because, I mean, she looks really enthralled with it, but something bad's gonna happen to her.
You don't think you should warn her?
I think she'll figure it out. She seems pretty okay with things like that happening already. She did make a deal with the devil. Pretty willingly.
I mean, she was very quick to give up pieces of herself in pursuit of this knowledge. You ever wonder, if she's just gonna not be Laren anymore? Like, how much can she give up before she's not human? Well, undead human, ghost human? Mortal.
I think if we weren't there for her, that would happen really quickly. But I think as long as she has us to help her, we will keep her connected to this world. And if anything, we'll just have to take her out, right?
Yeah. We will have to. Well, yeah. Hopefully, she doesn't turn into the inheritor too. We can't have another one of those running around.
Yeah,
But,
that would be bad.
we definitely need to deal with him, and I don't even know actually. I mean, I'm wondering if we get the opportunity to stop him again. We need to. The longer he's free, the more Fae he can hurt. But if we can, I'm just wondering if a trial, justice is the better route. I don't know.
I mean, I would like to say yes, but who can hold him to justice? You or the gods? Because we know it won't be the Empire, and if the Dynasty gets a hold of him and executes him, that creates a war between the Empire. So, I hope we can change his mind, but if we can't, and we have to take
Change
him
his
out.
mind? He's already responsible for hundreds of Fae deaths. Not even deaths. They were wiped, snuffed out from existence.
Pretty sure he's also responsible for the Deadlands with the former Asgard, but you never give up hope on people, Shiny. Remember that. That's one thing you should always keep. And like I said, if we can't, we'll take him out. And we'll take him off the board.
Hope may be a luxury that we don't have. Or, redemption may not be a luxury that we have.
Well,
I think we
there
just
is-
need to be prepared to do what needs to be done.
I think you're right. I mean, there is a spell out there. I don't know it, but if we could learn it, we could also lock him away.
What would Titania have done?
Probably imprisoned him. Like she did Sibylna. But look how that worked out for her.
Well, maybe we'll just be a bit more creative.
Well, get some sleep. We have some stuff to do in the morning.
Yep. Mars passed out right away.
If Laren is pondering upon the script she saw on the book, and she puts the book away and goes to knock on Warden's door.
Warden will come to the door, looking inquisitively.
So, I saw the holy symbol on your shield. Is that of the deity you follow?
Stormlord, yes.
Stormlord, yes. I recall scripts about him in the religious books I've read. He seems like the more, well, the type with Iron Fist, right? Like how you should conquer your enemies, make sure they don't do evil again.
That is why I follow him. He's not one to sit back and just watch things happen.
So you believe in that creed? You said you grew up in Vasselheim. Did you grow up in a temple?
I did. I was found by monks of the Stormlord. They raised me.
Good. So you see, our friends, Shinriao, Shiny, Nelumia, sometimes Mars just follows Shiny sometimes. They tend to be a bit more soft-hearted. You know, sometimes they find an enemy and they see good in them, no matter what they've done in the past. But then sometimes that comes back to bite us. When we let someone go, when we imprison them instead of wiping them out. Do you get what I mean? When someone is the inheritor of Vecna, the Whispered One, I see little hope for them to turn towards good, especially with the number of lives they've taken. Can you understand where I'm coming from?
I do. I am not in the business of rehabilitation. I'm in the business of stopping whatever is done. I don't need to see a judge and have them judge them. I follow my Lord, and he guides me. He guides my hand.
Some might even say we carve out our enemies' hearts in remembrance of those close to us they've taken.
Do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, we wipe out our enemies, of course, and make sure that they are never brought back. I mean, that might sound a bit gruesome, but that's one way to do it. You know, with necromancers all around and the amount of those people that follow the Whispered One, who knows what tricks they have up their sleeves.
Yes, I've devoted my life to carving their hearts out, as you say.
Then we are in agreement. I do like you, Warden, though you're from that holy, holy city.
I have reservations about you, but you seem like a person of action, and I can be behind that.
We're going to be best friends.
I think so.
Alright, I will leave you to your rest trance, whatever Eladrins do. Good night.
Good night. Do you have any plan on what we're doing tomorrow?
I do not, and sometimes when we make plans, they go south really fast. For some reason, I have no idea. I used to make plans on my own, and those plans worked fine, but after I joined this group, it's different.
I think it's better to know what you're going to say going in. Cover story, you know.
You seem like a person of words. You can persuade people. You talk well.
Yeah. I do have a way with words. And I was thinking we just say we're the followers of Vecna, and that we are the inheritors. We have the book. It's not a lie per se. But I don't necessarily want to hold the book, so I would have you behind me, and I will be the face that is leading this, not lie, but you know.
Of course. And I'll make you something. I'll make you a new shield that will back up your lie.
That works well for me. It's hard to convince someone you're working for Vecna when you've got the Stormlord symbol.
Fair.
All right.
See you in the morning then.
I will leave you to working on the shield, and I will continue working out the details.
So throughout the night, Laren with her engraver's tools will take a non-magical shield and carve a symbol of Vecna on it.
I think you're muted.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to spare from. Okay, so yeah, using your tools there, this would be a dexterity check. Proficiency.
Let's see. 9 plus, say 15.
Okay. So you begin making it. Definitely, it's clear what it is, though it looks very amateurish. Ultimately, at least not in great detail or high ranking. There's some people who think that this might belong to a lower ranking person.
I see.
All right. Very cool. So, as we come to this next bit here, as we go to the morning, essentially, going forward to this, we're going to do what I call a flashback mechanic. And that's simply this, because when we're talking about like missions kind of like this, it might be a little heisty. You know, you're going to want to pursue, and all your characters are very smart. You had time to plan, and so I call this kind of playing as part of the plan. So the basic idea is at any point you can kind of say something that you did, like whether it was in the mansion or before you actually came into the vault, that possibly help prepare you for whatever situation is happening. And then we will make a roll using ability check to determine how well that went and how prepared you are for that, essentially, and how well that went. And the whole idea of this is to kind of low on the let's make a plan for 2 hours and then have the plan go wrong in 10 minutes type of thing that sometimes comes in D&D. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Cool. So this way, we just keep going and you do it in character and however you'd like to do. So, with that, you wake up in the mornings, and incidentally, within the city of Barras, the effects of the plane of fire are not operational, so you do not need your potions to simply exist. So you are good on that front. Just if you'd left the city of Brash, that would be problematic. But so I would say anything before we proceed out of the mansion.
I feel like the new paladin spell list is much shorter than what it used to be. Though I do not have anything right now.
Okay.
Yes. Then who's going to be doing our talking? Is it Laren? Are you pretending to be the Vecna's inheritor?
Warden is doing the talking because Warden's good at talking.
I'll
Me pretending to be Vecna's inheritor?
I'll be leading the inheritor. I'll be the inheritor's guide, basically, is how we'll describe it. The person who's protecting them and ensuring they're able to accomplish all of their goals.
So everyone's beneath Laren, they deal with you. Okay, so I cast Foresight on you.
Oh,
For the next
okay.
8 hours, you have advantage on anything a d20 roll.
Awesome.
You also have advantage on attack rolls. Enemies have disadvantage on you.
Fantastic. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever had Foresight cast on me.
She goes, and gets really close in your face, slides really up, and she goes, "Don't you let anything happen to my best friend. I have a wedding business, and she said she liked you yesterday. So, just throwing that out there. Let it ponder in your mind a little bit. We'll talk later."
Warden just looks dumbfounded. Like, what did he get himself into?
Also, question for Warden: would you say you are proficient or an expert in deception?
Proficient.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be like right after a long rest, but as we get to the bank, because I'm going to cast an hour-long spell, skill empowerment on you to make it expertise for the hour.
Ooh.
And as she is concentrating on this, Lauren will look like a ghost, which might fit her role better.
Perfect.
As we go in, I'll just say I'll do the talking. Just be as undead and intimidating as possible.
Shiny, come on. And Naluma's going to hand you, as we get close to the bank, she is going to create an orb of spell as you see her create the Pixie Morph spell in her hands and hand it to Shiny.
I can already do this.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then she goes, maybe we should turn into pixies and hide in the armor so they don't see us, because, we don't really look much like Vecna Fallers.
Yeah. Before they left the mansion, though, Shiny would have spent 10 minutes to resummon his familiar, and he would have it be in the shape of take the shape of the form of a raven. Yeah, no, that's fine. And I can turn it tiny. Pixie sized.
Very cool. So the two of you.
And I'll
whee.
I'll put all of my symbology of the Stormlord in my bag of holding.
Okay. All right. So, which means then anything you don't have necessarily access to your magic if it
Okay.
requires a material component.
Okay.
So, because that's you bear your symbol for your material components.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind if you're hiding your symbol.
Yeah, I don't have a ton that requires material. So.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot because it's Pally, but I just wanted it just to. So
Yep.
we're very good. In that case, begin to make your way. And before you stands a colossal structure of blackened brass and gold-veined obsidian. The surface marked by ever-shifting sigils, as though the laws of the place are written here. There's the scent of scorched parchment and hot metal. You walk by statues of Efreet warriors, eyes glowing like forges, standing as sentinels before the entrance. The gate to the inside has an inscription. All debts are eternal. All wealth has a master. No hands but those of fire may touch the treasures within. And beyond the entrance, you see a series of corridors, floating vaults, and chained treasures stretch out. All types of fiery beings, lizard-like folk, locks that seem to have a life of their own, and spectral accountants moving to and fro. And in the very back, you see a massive book, like a ledger that is closed, and standing next to it is an Efreet female, dressed very businesslike, writing and taking some notes as she opens and looks through the large book, flying up and coming down. What would you like to do?
I will approach the female writing in the book, and very shortly state, we are here for inheritance.
Well, aren't you just the most forward of people? Here, the inheritance, you say. What inheritance would that be?
I'll look over my shoulder, holding my shield and kind of nodding to Laren in the book, and it's I'll say it's the inheritance of the Whispered One.
Well, let's see what we have here. She begins turning through the book, and as she kind of directions to be going towards the book. So go ahead and give me that deception check.
Advantage.
And you're an expert.
So that would be, I think my proficiency, yeah, it's +6, so it's 20 or 35.
Amazing. And so she comes up, sees the symbol, looks at Laren, and as she comes back down, Yes. All right. Well, apparently, everything is said. It is simply says to the inheritor. Now, who might the inheritor be?
It is her, Laren. I don't know her last name, but I feel like we would have talked about that beforehand.
I do not require a last name, and that's through telepathy to a woman, like a whisper.
Oh, nice. Goes to Laren. Well, now we can officially. Well, we can guess officially. It appears the inheritor title can move from person to person. Well, that's just fine. Looking for evidence thereof. She kind of looks at it as well. Those who make the claim may need to prove it. All right. Very good. Well, I can certainly lead you ahead, but it does seem like they might be a test or two left by, well, I guess the one you're inheriting from, old Wispy himself.
Warden has to stifle a laugh at old Wispy.
No, don't tell him I call him that now. So
He's always listening, so I have to tell him nothing.
well, that's what they say. Not in here, though. Got plenty of things so we can say what we need to. Goes all right. Well, let's see. I have a key that you can certainly have here. As takes out this key that seems to be carved from bone.
I'll take it and hand it to Laren. And you mentioned tests?
Well, it's quite simple actually. We have our maximum security, our eternal amber vault, and it simply said that you're to make your way through that. You can find your vault, and well, from there, I suppose everything should already be arranged. We weren't allowed to know much of the particulars, you see.
I figured it was tests from you. I know of his tests, but it's okay.
No. We don't get into that type of thing. I was just security and what was claimed, and y'all seem to be up and up. We have symbol and all that.
Okay. It's nice to see that y'all are very professional here, and we'll head down and claim what is ours.
All right. So
And has there anyone been here that's been false inheritors? If they've come through? I can think of one person on my mind that's been a false claimer.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, there was a fellow by the name of Arkin a while ago, waving a hand and eye around like he had a right to something, but that didn't really follow the well, what was the instructions left behind. But you all seem to go that. Didn't use the right terms either. Strange.
We've been purging those who believe that they're the rightful followers. Glad to have another on the list. And we'll head down to the vault.
Alright. So with that, you come here and they open up a fiery vault where it seems like there's a nice metal gate that's over flowing lava. Flames are bursting up, burning everything within. You feel the heat upon you. And someone's walking out. You can see very calmly as the flames don't seem to harm them, and they nod as they leave. And she goes, "Yes, righto, down at the end there. I am sorry, the instructions are quite clear that no assistance, including to take care of the fire, can be given to you. But good luck, and may you make it way, and or may your ashes feed the river."
She said can or cannot?
She can't.
Can't. Okay.
Seems part of this was you were expected to be able to figure this out.
We do have those potions of fire resistance, right?
Yeah, I think everyone should still have one left from our trip.
Okay. I don't think we're leaving the city again, so I think it'd be wise to take your potions now.
Can the pixies take their tiny pixie potion?
Yes.
Tiny pixie potion.
And I will cast Aura of Life as we go in.
Ooh. Okay. Miss, what does Aura Life do?
Let me find it. It's a 4th level spell, I want to say. Here it is. It heals. An aura radiates from you in a 30-foot radius. While in the aura, you and your allies have resistance to necrotic damage. Your hit point maximums cannot be reduced. If an ally with 0 hit points starts their turn in the aura, they regain 1 hit point.
Ooh.
I feel like if Vecna laid traps, I feel like necrotic would be one of his go-tos.
And that's resistance to necrotic?
Yes.
Cool. Alright. In case you make your steps here to get through. All right. Well, I say, what's your plan? How do you want to go forward? Laren and Warden, you're kind of the bodies everyone's holding on to.
Do I have my Pegasus with me?
Yeah, you can actually come in with it. That's fine.
Okay.
So it's still flames going through the air and everything. So
yeah. We can get a good distance on this, but I don't know about any other traps as well. If you can see anything.
Laren would like to check for traps, especially arcane ones.
okay. Go ahead and give me investigation check.
$22.
Very good. You can see, it seems like, first of all, the flames do kind of come up randomly. But you see 5 warded glyphed areas. That your guess would be, looks like there's a type of radiant energy blast that would come from them.
Pointing those out to Warden.
Okay. And I'll mount the horse with the pixies on me and take Laren's hand and get on top. And I guess we'll dash 180 feet, trying to avoid the glyphs.
Okay. So dash of 180 and then going that. All right, then I would say this would be the result from the two of you. Each give me 2 dex saves as you try to avoid the fiery blasts here.
This is non-magical, right? Regular.
Yeah.
games. Okay.
20 and 19.
23 and 26.
Okay. So Laren, that is 1 success and a fail, and that is because DC 25. So Warden get those 2 fails. So therefore, Naomi and Shiny, you were both on Warden, I believe. So both of you need to do 2 dex saves as they get Warden here. What did you get, Naomi?
28 and
I can't hear you. But your mic's kind of going. So DC here is 25, Shiny and Nailumia. So Warden, there's a total of 62 fire coming at you. And then
Okay.
you're going to apply your resistances. That's 31 at Laren because you failed once. And then DC 25, Shiny and Nailumia, 31 per fail. A success here means you do avoid all of it.
So it's 31 after Potion of Fire Resistance.
Yes.
I guess it's a con save for 19.
Very good. So Shiny and Nailumia, you have marked those?
Yep.
Very cool. All right. In that case, you find yourselves now at the end, having brushed past the fire. Learned you can see several guardians of flame and ash look, but seeing the key in your hand, look away. And you come upon this door, a blackened stone, and what seems to be to all of your eyes, flesh that's been melted together. Enchanted to not potentially burn away. And the door here undulates and moves as if forever alive and in pain in the fire.
Well, I got us in the door. I think this is where you're up, Laren.
Does there seem to be anywhere to insert this key, or
You hold out the key, and a mouth appears out of the flash and speaks. I see all. It once was blind. I reach for eternity, yet time slips through my grasp. I am sought for wisdom, yet feared for my touch. I was whole, then broken, yet still remain. Then shifts to an ear.
can we have that in writing, please?
Of course.
Riddles. Also, we do have telepathic link up, so like it's not like the pixies aren't, you know.
Yeah, they can help. Everyone can help here.
My first guess is age.
I'm terrible at riddles.
I don't know where hold and broken comes in. Maybe that's just decaying with old age. I see all, yet once I was blind. I
think
guess
you're right.
Human
Yeah.
babies aren't blind, but sought for wisdom and feared for touch just makes me think it's age. That's Warden will go up and whisper age into the ear.
Okay. And go to whisper. And there is this black mist that pours out here and begins to surround you. One sec. Okay. Okay. The black mist comes out here and covers all of you. And you feel something strange, a sapping of magical energy. And if any of you have any magical scrolls in your possession, they are no longer magical.
Ooh.
That's
That goes past things like bags of holding, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing I lost all my scrolls in the demon's web.
Oh my.
Level 18, everybody. It's harsh. When you look at these scrolls, you can see it's seeping the energy away, as if shrouding them in secrets, absorbing the knowledge they once had.
Does that mean you were wrong?
Well,
If I had to guess.
Laren has a guess, and she will lean towards the ear and whisper Mira to it.
Mirror?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, the ear shudders and a hand reaches out and grasps your wrist. And your veins turn black, even in your ghostly form. You feel your connection to the weave, to the magic of the sword shatter for a moment before it comes back. The hand comes away with this green and black ball of energy from you. And it has ended your attunement to all your magic items.
Maybe stop making guesses.
Before we start guessing, can we try to do like an intelligence check to get like a hint or like something from you? It's
You
like
have
you're
all the
ponder
help.
and
You have all the help from me, Nylumia.
is that possible, GM?
Yep, there is.
Okay.
With weirdos, there can always be intelligence checks for
That's 22.
22. Okay. Okay, so 22. I would say so it's easier for me to give you a hint here. I would say how it's providing its consequences has to do with the answer.
I mean,
And possibly could be describing a person.
describing a person. And that threw me off. With what it's taken from everybody, it seems like magic and knowledge. Well, no, attunement.
I would tell you that there's a few possible answers. And that's the way I phrase it that way.
Death, maybe? Death is often personified.
That does explain the wisdom part. But then
Holden broken is. I guess you were alive and then you were broken?
Ayun.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
With that, the ear goes in, and a keel appears.
God's knowledge. She was broken by Vecna, I believe, right? Something happened to her. Yeah, when he became a god.
I thought it
They
was Chains of Oblivion.
no, the followers of Vecna seek out Ioun's temples and destroy them.
So, well, there you go, Laren. Stick a key in.
Then we'll put in the key.
And then she hops over to your body because she got burnt earlier from being in Laren's body. Snuggle up here.
You can be on Laren's head if you want.
You turn the key. 4 eyes appear on the door. And then shut. And it begins to come open. You feel, each of you, a cold presence. And you all hear a voice saying the same word. Interesting. Once it opens. And in loot, y'all get a little something.
I thought their security was supposed to prevent this.
Who was the person that they said was trying to get into the vault and couldn't?
Arkin.
Arkin. Is that who we saw earlier or someone else?
No, earlier, what's their name? Earlier was Azrael.
Okay. Do you know who Arkin is?
Do we know who Arkin is? I don't have necessary historical knowledge.
I would say I would allow your character to make a history check there, Warden.
Is that the paladin that took his hand?
It is.
Okay. Interesting.
Outside between Vassalom and all that, I would think you possibly could have
Yeah.
come into contact with that.
That's who I thought it was.
Hello.
Name?
Right, so now coming in here. You see in the center of this room a being of white fire. Black sigils and runes seem to decorate and float within their fiery body, vaguely humanoid. And it simply looks as the door opens. And here you see a large lock seemingly that of a padlock that floats, brimming with pink flames. Similar to what you saw, you can see chains that reach out and go through the planes.
They go to different planes.
Yeah, basically it stretches. It seems to be connected to the other locks, more or less.
Okay. We said lock, not clock.
Yeah, lock.
Okay. So this is what we're here for. Who? I can't imagine a dispel magic is gonna be incredibly effective.
I'm wondering more about the guard that's apparently here.
What is the guard doing? Is he just standing there?
Currently, it stands there and he's watching you.
In your guys' head, why don't you guys ask him if he knows how to unlock it, since he's been guarding it?
I'll approach the guard, and I'll just ask what it's doing. Just why are you here?
Looks down. I am here to protect the great work. Looks down at the lock.
Well, your time for protection is over. It's time to unleash his great works. We need to break this lock and free it.
And why is it so important that it gets broken?
So that we can use it to complete his work and not protect it and watch it fade to time. We are the inheritors.
He spoke of you. But do give me a deception check.
The expertise is still active.
Oh. 37.
I was going to tap you with guidance, but it doesn't sound like it.
It's all his other enchantments going hard. So let's do this. He do this. All is well and good. But what would you do with her?
To start, we would raise an army. Get rid of the false gods and idols around the world. Finishing his work with Ioun. Moving to the other gods. Establishing Vecna as the true god.
Nice. I see. Then you do not know. bound within this lock is Atashia.
You said Zatashia, like a name?
Yeah, Atashia.
Atashia. But I am not. I'm not the brains of this. I don't know the inheritors, all of their plans.
As I care not. I bargained with the Whispered One. He imprisoned her for her murders of the people. For this, I made a prison that would lock her and keep his treasures safe. And you tell me you wish to undo that. Then for me to allow such a thing, how do you intend to deal with her so that she does not commit her crimes once more?
With force. If we're stronger than your locks, then we can keep her in check. Just because we're removing these chains doesn't mean we won't add more.
Show me this force.
What do you... I guess I will... I guess I'll just try to strike him down.
So your answer here is to fight the Guardian, which is totally fine and legit. I'm just clarifying.
No, I don't know. I don't know how else I would show force. I could try to make him afraid of me?
You could offer by us all defeating the one that he locked away.
I don't think an offering is gonna do it. I think we have to show our power somehow.
Then he lets her free and we defeat him.
He's not gonna let her free unless we show our power.
Power doesn't have to be physical might in combat.
Well,
It can be other things. Laren, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you have something in mind, or do you want me to just strike you down where you stand?
Kind of flex and grin, but he... say is you who must remove my doubt. So I'd say they don't have something in mind.
Okay.
can Laren present something? She'll. Yeah, she'll take out a notebook, but not handing it to them. It's the notebook we got from Corellan's library with the demi-plane and the contact other plane spell that locked the amethyst worm away.
Oh.
She'll show the front and back cover with both spells to them and put away the notebook and minor illusion a image of the great worm. And she'll say, we do have experience keeping our enemies locked away for good. Is she as powerful, more powerful than the great worm we had the pleasure to meet in a demi-plane never to be free? But it matters not. We'll find a way to lock her away again.
I would say I do either intimidation or actually persuasion at this point. No, deception, because you didn't lock the worm away.
True.
So, probably deception.
Can
Can
I
I give
be
her
a
the
sorry.
help action?
I was actually going to say my action was to support Wharton, but I don't know.
I'm good with that. I'm really good
Okay.
because we've spent multiple resources to buff upward, and so I'm totally gateway's okay. So go ahead and give me deception because I do need another one.
36 again.
Nice. Looking at this. Goes. Very well. But they put their hand out, and there's this golden energy and white fire that flows. She will set her eyes on your homes first. And with that, they step back. What would you like to do?
He gave us like a white fire.
It seemed to be something when he said that it was going. They seem to be something by giving you permission or their permission to do this. If I seem to mark you in some ways, he said that she will come for your homes first.
Okay.
What?
Well, my home is not your home. I don't think, unless he was marked too. Then, well.
It marked R4 of you.
Okay.
Home. I don't seem to recall anything of that concept.
You built a tower in Roshana. Don't burn Roshana.
It's appalling at best.
It's a tower with a giant black spear, Larry.
That
In my
black spear
head.
is a statement.
Exactly. You live there. Take it. Burn your home.
In my head, I'll just think there's been much worse things to come to Vasselheim than whatever this is.
Like Vecna himself.
Yeah.
Well, the Battle of Eternity does not need another thing happening to it.
And we'll just need to defeat whatever we release.
I was gonna
Does
release it.
anyone have any ideas on how to break this lock?
Checking it, does it have any sort of like instructional scripts?
You're looking for any forgotten scripts. So as you get closer there, then Laren, you see what you recognize is a programmed illusion. And you see a form missing their eye and hand, and speaks. Tell me a thing never revealed. Or walk in my way. As he holds up a stub of an arm and give to grasp.
This is to all of us, right? Because I triggered the illusion.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We all have to say something?
The illusion just did what it did, so it's up to you. We're saying that all of you saw this, so you all have the information.
I do have something I've never told any of you. Oh man, he's gonna be mad. You want to kind of flies up to this illusion thing and then whispers in its ear, I have a child with a dragon that was hidden away.
The illusion smiles and fades. And then the fieriness of this lock becomes dimmer. And you see cracks begin to form on it. As the fiery being simply says, now it is simply an act of the will and fist. One must choose to be the one who breaks and releases.
I mean, I flex, but I'm not that strong. Still in pixie form too.
I'm not
Um,
really known for strength. They did say strength and will, right? Or fist and will. Whichever one.
Yeah, I would say that you get the sense it would not take much. You might possibly a touch will break this.
Oh,
It's really about who's taking responsibility.
then Darun will draw her scimitar
Okay.
and walk forward and slash the lock with it.
Okay. That. And you see a burning core of earth fire surrounded by ash. And in a moment vanishes. And you see the chains connected here snap. The connection to other places gone. And your minds, you feel and hear the beating of that black heart once more. Boom, boom. Stronger. A barrier for it destroyed. You at once get a feeling. It's like you have a vision of Wildmount in Exandria, and you can see the pulse of a force like a wind emanate from the heart and move across the surface. And that's where we'll end for tonight. Everyone, thanks so much. And then stick around after I end the stream because we do a little bit of a debrief.